Welcome, everybody. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching from New York, especially, Zohran Mamdani is sworn in as New York City mayor. Now, I'm not even from New York. I have no dog in this fight, as they say, but I just love chaos. I love to just throw a little political grenade in there and then just see what happens. I don't know, right? DC, Monique Frank, welcome. I'm in DC. So we have our own political problems, but. So let's see my guy Zohran Mamdani. I'm going to tell you what I think about it. I'm going to tell you why I think about it. Oh, my favorite man,
Zohran Kwame Mamdani.
I, Zohran Kwame Mamdani,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties,
guys. Here's
of the office of the Mayor of the City of New York.
of the office of the Mayor Mamdani.
Do
Okay, here's what I love about it. I love it not because of whatever Mamdani's politics are. I don't care. I love it because the people spoke and the people won. Everybody talking about, oh, he's a democratic socialist. Okay. Oh, he's going to do this to landlords. Okay. You have been broke all your life. If you're a multimillionaire, if you are a billionaire, you're saying, I don't want Zohran Mamdani to win. I don't want him to govern because this is going to happen. I understand it. I respect your thoughts on it because it's going against your interest. But if you've been in a 1-bedroom, 300 square foot apartment complaining about the cost of groceries, and you're like, oh, this guy's going to ruin it for you. The city's been ruined for years. You can't, how much worse can it get for you? We're barely living, people. We're working every day. We're struggling. Why not somebody that just says, F it, let's try something different. Let's try something different. And you know that you know how much money they threw at that campaign to stop them from winning? They wanted everybody to just keep the establishment. And I hate the establishment. And I'm rich, fellas and ladies. I'm not wealthy, but I'm rich. Look at my show. I'm spiritually rich. I'm not financially rich if the IRS is watching. But I understand the frustration when you can't buy a house. Cars, they got you locked in for 35-year car loans. You can't pay for school. And everybody's trying to sell you life insurance. Jesus Christ, let me live. Let's change it up a little bit. And then you got articles like Fox News. Let me share my screen, fellas. Hours after taking office, New York NYC Mayor Mamdani targets landlords, moves to intervene in private bankruptcy case. The way that they're depicting this is like targets landlords. He's targeting slumlords, certainly, and maybe some landlords. I have properties, and I make sure that I take care of my properties. But there are people that don't. So why should they just keep acting that way? So Mamdani said that he has a couple executive orders, right? Three housing-related executive orders that start with the revival of the Office of to Protect Tenants, right? That's one. Doesn't sound bad to me. And again, I'm on the other side of this. I have properties. So I'm like, oh, no, that's not a bad thing. Resolving complaints, housing landlords accountable for hazardous conditions. None of my properties are in hazardous conditions, but I've had to fix stuff. So I don't hate it. Second executive order, the LIFT task force, a landlord inventory effort designed to leverage city-owned land and accelerate housing development. I love it. I love it. We need more building. We need more housing. We need it to be easier for people with money to invest and build and make more housing affordable. Whenever you see New York, it's big, high-rise, sky buildings, beautiful apartments, whatever. The normal person is not living in those buildings. Whenever you see new development, it is not affordable. These are high-rise. They're just introducing more millionaires. We need more affordable housing projects. And a guy like me who's just starting out, I can't afford to build a $100 million building. I'm just trying to build a little 5-10 unit, little apartment to help you out. Third executive order is speed. task force. Mamdani said stands for streamlined procedures for to expedite equitable development. Another one of those developments. Now, while he's talking about all this, really the reason I brought this article up is because he's doing this in front of a building that has a bunch of what is this called? A bunch of violations. Mamdani signed the executive order setting the structure for administrating, including 5 deputy mayors and their oversight responsibilities. Blah blah blah. Okay, right here at the 85 Clark Avenue, rent stabilized, and said that it owned by Pinnacle Realty, notorious landlord. He came to where you are at, right? And this guy, Pinnacle Realty, has 93 properties. So you know how much of a clown some people look like when you're defending Pinnacle Realties and Mamdani's gonna do this and that. This guy has 93 properties, and he's a notorious landlord. There are, bring it to my screen. Let me show you. How many complaints do you think Pinnacle Realty has? How many complaints? So Pinnacle Realty is getting bought out by the number 6, right? Because they're in bankruptcy. They haven't paid their debts. They've been charging you rent, but they haven't been paying their debts. And they're selling it off. They're auctioning it off to a landlord. He claimed to rank number 6 on NYC's worst landlord list. So you got a bad landlord but getting bought out by another landlord because they don't want to pay their debts, and you're left foot in the bill. And collectively, there are 5,000 open hazardous violations and 14,000 complaints. And you can't tell me that you don't need change. You can't. 5,000 open hazardous complaints. What are we going to wait for? Somebody to die? All because we want to save the landlord money because he owns 92 properties, and you are having a hard time buying your groceries, and you're like, oh, we got to defend these landlords. We got to defend these landlords. Crazy. You look like a clown. Now, I appreciate if you have a different perspective. If you're saying this isn't going to help, but let me know what it is. But that's New York City Mayor Mamdani. Let's see how it works out. Hopefully, wish him the best. But if it's not, that's what politics is. That's why we have a democratic system, which I love. But you don't have to be right. You just have to be, vocal.